Hello, welcome to Wednesday Waffle number 18, or is it 19? I think it's 19. As you can see, I've got a actually pretty nice setup. I'm chilling in the kitchen, sitting on a stool, and I think I've managed to get the camera to focus by using that spoon. Welcome back. This is episode 19 of Weekly Wednesday Waffle, where I basically just talk about my life. There's nothing super special about it. I plan these things at school, so they might not be the most interesting, but they usually summarize what's going on in my life, and sometimes they might have something interesting, so feel free to watch. So, emptiness. It's an interesting term, and it's an interesting feeling to feel a bit empty or a bit, I guess purposeless is a pretty good word to describe how I was feeling yesterday. So for some backstory, the day before that, Monday, I went swimming, and even though my legs were and still are very tired, I don't think I'll be able to swim today because my calves are really cramped up. I don't know if kicking will be very good. Also, get some extra time at home, see if I can figure some stuff out, because I've been feeling quite good for writing, I guess. But yeah, Monday was very nice. I swam quite hard, and then I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, damn, I feel like I've come a long way, and I feel like I've got a long way to go. And I was in this almost dreaming state. I was dreaming of what was going to come, and that was very nice. I could imagine this whole scene where I've got my whole life, and I was like here, and I was going to continue, and it was just going to get better and better and better until I got it. I just felt really motivated and really positive because I'd also had a fairly aligned day. I'd done some revision, I'd done some writing, and I ended up going swimming and had a good swim, and then got sleep on time and everything was good. On Tuesday I have 8 periods as opposed to the normal 7 because I have further maths after school, which makes it very long. The actual Tuesday day is fairly long. We have PE. And then I go climbing, and it's always the day I'm weakest at climbing. I've always been weak at climbing on a Tuesday. Probably because I have a longer day, and probably because on a Thursday my body's still not used to the poor sleep I'm getting. And I just couldn't pull hard at climbing, and obviously that's not a bad thing. It's sparked another thing which I'm going to come on to later, this idea of test thinking. But I just had a really negative climbing session in terms of climbing hard. I didn't climb hard. I guess I sent a couple problems, but they were pretty easy problems. They were really my skill set. And yeah, it wasn't great, as opposed to the day before where I could see everything going well. I could imagine this world where I'm happy. In this world, I was a lot more, I guess failure is the word, but failure is good because failure teaches you how to get better, and I've definitely appreciated that more lately. I realised that's probably because in this other world I wasn't aligned to my goals, and I wasn't aligned to my progress. I wasn't progressing very well because there's no linear graph to show how progress works. You don't just go, it goes, it's really weird. You can't get a proper graph shape out of it. To put it on Desmos would be basically impossible. And obviously yesterday was just one of those days where it fell a bit lower, and I got out of it quite well. I had a really good journal session. I'm now back on the YouTube hype for myself. But ultimately it reminded me that I do have goals which I want to work towards, and part of the process of working towards those goals is these lower days, and how I should appreciate those lower days because they will happen, and the real measure of my success isn't by, what I do on a good day, but by what I do on a bad day. And what I did on that bad day was really good. I went climbing, I did some journaling, I didn't distract myself too much. It was pretty good. But when I was writing, I was reminded of this thing which I said at the end of a couple of videos, and it's keep the faith. I'll definitely make a video on it now, as I'll explain in a minute. But it reminded me that one of the most important things to do is that when something does go wrong, you have to keep the faith that it will be better later. Because if you just give up, well, for starters, that's faithless. You're not keeping any faith. But at the same time, that's the ultimate failure. There's that infamous quote which is, failure isn't falling down, but it's not getting back up again. When I was journaling about why I wasn't feeling so satisfied and why I was feeling a bit down, I kind of got stuck on one specific which was school. And it always comes back to it, because if there was one thing I could change about my life, it would 100% be school. If there's one thing I can't change about my life, it's 100% school. And this school, the problem isn't school itself, but the scarcity of time it then creates. And it's not just school, it's school partnered with, at least for me, swimming. However much I love swimming, the timing's so uncomfortable that it creates a major mental block in my head. So those two things combined mean that I have a real scarcity of time, or at least I feel like I have a real scarcity of time. And because of that, I believe is part of the reason I was feeling so down yesterday, even though I don't have swimming. And this is because school, when you don't like something, you can't abstract it away. I feel like at work or in entrepreneurial venture and a creative venture, you can abstract stuff you don't like, or you might need to abstract away. At school, I can't do that. I can't leave 5 minutes early, even if the last train's in like 40 minutes. I can't, it's not physically possible for me to leave 5 minutes early. But luckily this has got me to think of another way of, I guess, structuring my thoughts, which is what I'm now going to call test philosophy, or test thinking, which is basically school for me and hardships for other people that are a test. It's a test set upon you by yourself, by fate, by what might happen. And even if it's not set on you by anyone, which is, I believe that it's not set on you by anyone, but I believe that the fact that these tests do happen, they are, as I was saying before in one of my episodes about discipline, they're a test of your character. If you can get through school and do well, that is a testament to your character and who you are. Or at least to me, that's a testament to my character and who I am if I do well at school. If I focus at school and then I focus outside of school and build up a little YouTube channel on the side with a couple thousand subscribers, and on top of that maybe a little business to make sure I've got my money sorted, and then I go to a good uni and study something I really want. Or maybe I don't even go to uni and I just lock in on this entrepreneurial venture. Who knows? But first I have to pass the test of school. I want to pass it in flying colours, but passing for everyone is different. Because for me, passing is not getting 50% and just beating the pass mark. For me, passing is getting like 95%, doing pretty well. Because I know I can do that. So, I might as well, right? And in this test, it will be hard to sometimes keep going. And so I need to keep the faith. I need to keep the faith in the process, trust the process that I will survive. I will survive school. The question is, how do I survive it? Do I barely survive it? Or do I build myself up and survive in flying colours? Do I pass the test? Do I score 99 out of 100 or 85 out of 100? It's these more minor things which you need to keep the faith for to make sure you have that best outlook. Because so long as you're reminded of that outlook, so long as you're reminded that it will be alright, so long as you control what you can control, there's nothing stopping you from achieving those goals. Okay, next thing. I have two more things. One is about YouTube and this channel. Obviously, I started this channel. I've made a few talky videos on it before. I guess they are more learning talking videos, and I still want to make them mainly for learning. I think all my videos will be learning for me and learning for the audience, hopefully. But I made some smaller talky videos in the past, and however much I liked it, I didn't like some aspects of it. However, I now realise that I really like scripting videos. I really like writing them, I like creating a little theme. I even like making thumbnails, even though I'm pretty bad at them. I enjoy the creative process of it now much more than I did when I initially started this channel. What must have been, over a year ago? No, just under a year ago, because I remember doing the Ali Abdal workshop, which was in January, and one of my goals there was to start a YouTube channel. And, look at me. Almost 20 videos in on Weekly Wednesday Waffle. I made some other videos, so I've definitely gotten over the 25 mark. But now, I think that I'm going to focus in on making some really more valuable videos for you guys, the audience, and for me, myself. My goal is pretty extreme, and that's to make 2.5 videos a week. Also known as Wednesday Waffle, Simple Talky Video, and then every 2 weeks a bilateral video, I guess, bi-weekly video with some really nice editing and almost a commentary which is quite relaxing. I take this inspiration from Alvin Zhu and also Minecraft commentaries, where I think I'd fuse the two or something similar. Obviously there's room for experimentation where perhaps I'd cook, perhaps I'd go on a walk, or I'd do something relaxing, hopefully without my face, because I feel like that's what the videos will be more true to what I'm trying to say, but we'll see, because I can't predict it right now. But I think it will start with cooking, and it'll be every 2 weeks a well-edited, good video, which hopefully I'll be proud of. Because I'm proud of all the videos I've put out. That's a lie. I'm proud of most of the videos I've put out, especially this one and the previous one. But I want to have something which I can really work on, and this cooking kind of style, high edited video is exactly that. This is obviously because I want to learn, I want to fill my buckets, and I've really enjoyed scripting, I've really enjoyed making thumbnails. I think titles are honestly pretty easy, because all you need to do is set up something interesting which the person's going to find interesting. The difficulty for me is recording and knowing what to put in the backgrounds, because I do know that I want to do something educational, but my idea, and if you noticed I changed the description on my YouTube to inspiring relaxation, because ideally that's what I'd like it to be. There's going to be some other stuff in it. I'll keep that a little bit secret, because hopefully I'll be able to reveal it to you guys in a video. Maybe starting with simply why I'm going to do it. So yeah, hopefully there'll be some YouTube videos coming soon. I don't know when I'll record them, but I'll script some. I'll definitely script some. And also I might get a tripod for Christmas, which means I could record cooking much more easy. Final thing, we're what, 16 minutes in? There'll be a lot of editing, so, well, not a lot of editing, there'll be cuts. But last thing is weekend. Because with all my absence of time at school, it means I have to make the most of Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, my weekend. And this is quite hard. If anyone has any tips on how to make weekend routines, please shoot. But I'm gonna have to try and make them myself, as I always have, and I might follow something similar to what I'm doing with the week right now because it seems to be working. But these weekends I really hope to make the most of them, because I feel like quite often in the weekends the sheer amount of time I have almost paralyzes me, because I'm like, oh, what am I going to do now? I can do this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, and there's a zillion things I can do, but really there are only 3 high leverage things I can do, which will be what? Revision, fitness, seeing friends, and making YouTube videos. So 4 high leverage things. So long as I stay aligned and I abstract stuff away, my weekends and Fridays will be good. I'll be able to make some videos and I won't feel empty. I feel like there's a little bit more for me to speak about, but I'm not sure what. I didn't really have the biggest script because not that much really happened this week. It's just been quite aligned, been pretty decent. So I guess I'll just round off with my haiku, my thing to think about, my ponder, and my quote. I'll start with a quote, which is, "Never make the same mistake twice." It's from Discipline is Destiny, and it's really resonated with me as a way to learn. Learning is basically just not making the same mistake twice. I think it's pretty profound. I kind of say that about every quote. My haiku, I'm going to do something different because I wanted to just get down and make the video. So this is my sheet of haikus. I'm going to find one which I like. I actually missed one day this week, which was pretty sad. It's about creativity. Asleep, humans dream. In lands of fantasy laws, invention is key. Pretty good. And the final thing to ponder, which is about abstraction. What can you abstract to make your life more aligned to what you want it to be? I really like this setup. I might do more in this. And if I stand up, hopefully, yeah, if I cut it off, you won't be able to see my head, and then you can just see me like, I don't know, pouring some balsamic vinegar as in, and yeah. I'm gonna see though. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week, or before next week. But don't take my word for it. I'm not gonna take it super duper seriously. Well, I am gonna take it super duper seriously. You get the idea. See ya.